What's your take on this?
Well, it doesn't tell us anything at all, really, about the Affordable Care Act. It tells us about civil procedure, which I personally love to talk about, but this is a technical ruling saying the plaintiffs who brought the case did not have standing, as it's called, under the U.S. Constitution. Under the U.S. Constitution, you have to have a specific harm that you suffered in order to bring the case. They said they didn't have a harm because, if you recall, the whole issue is having to pay the individual mandate, and they said you don't have to pay. And the government's already said you don't have to pay, and the court said this would be an advisory opinion. We don't issue advisory opinions. So I think that this just saves it for another day.
In terms of how that process is going to unfold, David, can you give us a sense of what it looks like, what the duration is here, where the next point of friction lies?
Well, there are other cases that are pending. There will be other cases brought. It will come up again, but it takes a good long time, as you can witness by this California case, California versus Texas. It takes a good long time to come up. I also have to say, trying to read tea leaves, which is very dangerous with the Supreme Court. I think this also indicates they'd rather not decide this if they can avoid it, and so they seized upon standing. The Supreme Court typically does that when they just as soon not get into a political fight.
Yeah, no kidding. So, David, what we're going to wind up seeing, though, is Democrats taking this as some kind of win. So if you can help us break through the noise, what do we have to pay attention to going forward?
What you have to pay attention to going forward is who brings the next suit and whether it's likely to come up, whether they take it to the Supreme Court. But I think the important thing really in a broader sense, Alex and Guy, is there have been so many attempts to overturn Affordable Care Act. In the Congress, you recall, they tried again and again and again, Republicans, also in the courts. Thus far, they've all failed. So it's a pretty resilient statute. And by the way, if you read the politics, most people don't want it to go away across the United States of America. Both Republicans and Democrats. That's the big Republicans' problem.